Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Industrial Stream with me, your host, Pop. All right, so this isn't like any other streams out there. We really dig into the industrial side of things. We look at the trades, how to get into them, what to expect, what it's like. We also check out the news. We check around and see what's going on in the economy, whether plants are shutting down, are they getting built, what is going on in that regard. You can usually tell how good your economy is by how many plants are opening up. And then we get to some pictures, sometimes videos from projects I've been involved with. So hope you guys are ready. Get your hard hats on, put your gloves on. Let's get suited and booted and get out there. Before I get to all that, though, I just want to say hello to you, Alex Moore. Yes, you are first. Look at that. Then David Glenn. How's my favorite Minnesotan doing? Are we melting in your part of in your neck of the woods? Because we're melting here. We got up to double digits, believe it or not. And I had to really hustle around to pump out our collection pond because it was filling up fast. And if it fills up too much, it floods the facility. So a little bit of pumping going on. Hey, Fabric, how you doing? You actually read the title today. Right on. Yeah, there's a little story behind that. I always try to have a little story behind the titles for the streams. And James, what's up, James? Hope things are going well for you. The start of my streams are like Pink Floyd albums. You don't know for 30 seconds whether your speakers are working or not. Maybe I should fix that up. I should put something in there at the start there for the countdown. It's industrial strength, like Zepp products. Yes, it is. You ran into Sophie Trudeau today. She now works at the Beaver Hut. You know, I needed money, so I tipped an American. You now have a maid with benefits. Well done, Fabric. Well done. Yeah, 48? Nice. That's good, David. And nothing is melting where Fabric's at. And it's still crappy in Michigan, but it'll improve. Yes, it will. You betcha, James. All right, let's get to it. Let's go to the news here, courtesy of Plant Magazine. I saw a couple of interesting stories that they had written, but let's see. Canada partners with MDS Coating to boost aerospace nano-coating technology. I'm interested to know what nano-coating technology is got to be all about here. The Government of Canada says it's working with MDS Coating Technologies Corporation through the Strategic Innovation Fund to support its proposed $100 million project to expand its facility on Prince Edward Island, doubling its capacity. MDS Coating Technologies employs approximately 100 employees and is one of the largest manufacturing employers in PEI. The province of PEI is also providing a $7 million loan. These investments aim to enable the company to manufacture environmentally friendly nano-coating technologies for aircraft engine compressor blades and fan blades. MDS coating technologies are designed to improve performance and reduce fuel consumption and engine degradation, resulting in reduced maintenance costs and lower carbon emissions. Our government is building a strong economy while accelerating the green transition of the aerospace industry. There is no green transition. This person is an idiot. They just said they're coating their engines. Anyway. By partnering with MDS, we are strengthening Canada's aerospace supply chain while creating well-paying local jobs for islanders. Okay. Nano-coating, not using enough grease. There you go. They need to develop quantum coating technology. That would be much better. Yeah, let's go even smaller. Smarten up there, MDS. Make yourselves better with quantum coating. Kanakistan has deer. Why don't you use Bucky? Moose knuckles. That's what we use. Moose knuckles. Okay, well, that was short and sweet. Gotta hit those buzzwords, don't you know? Here we go. Next Hydrogen and SunGrow partner to scale green hydrogen production. Usually whenever I mention hydrogen, Godzillionaire shows up. Maybe if I say it 3 times. Hydrogen. 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 Come on, Godzillionaire. I know you're there. Next Hydrogen Solutions Incorporated announced a strategic partnership agreement with SunGrow Hydrogen Science and Tech Company Limited to accelerate the commercialization and scale-up of its innovative water electrolysis technology. Under this agreement, Next Hydrogen will leverage SunGrow Hydrogen's existing 3-gigawatt manufacturing facility to deliver on large volume orders starting in 2026, while ensuring continued control over the company's intellectual property and the design of its electrolyzers. SunGrow Hydrogen will also provide associated balance of plant systems, enhancing supply chain efficiency and cost competitiveness. If that's not word salad, I don't know what is. Sounded like marketing, not engineering blurb. There you go, James. Yep. Godzuki, where you be? Ooh. I remember that cartoon. The old Godzilla cartoon with Godzuki, who was the comic relief. And so, cringe. Yeah, James, maybe if you say it, he'll show up. Hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Additionally, the two companies will collaborate on co-development of cross-selling opportunities to offer customers a broader range of green hydrogen solutions to decarbonize ammonia, aviation fuels, refinery, steel, and transportation industries. Next Hydrogen and SunGrow Hydrogen are reportedly expanding Next Hydrogen's North American manufacturing footprint. This approach ensures localized production capabilities while maintaining supply chain flexibility and compliance with evolving regional clean energy policies. Okay. Oh, you sent me a turnaround video that not only addresses shutdown processes, but you're pretty sure the presenter sells airbags. Okay. I'll give that a check, Fabric. Like Beetlejuice. Yes, James. Exactly. Like summoning Godzilla. Just keep saying hydrogen. SunGrow Hydrogen is one of the largest hot water electrolyzer companies globally, with a dominant market share in China and strong backing from its parent company, which was recently rated number 1 for bankability by Bloomberg. NEF said Ravil Afzaal, president and CEO of Next Hydrogen. By leveraging SunGrow Hydrogen as an OEM partner, we can accelerate our path to market and efficiently scale production to meet demand for large-scale green hydrogen projects. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if I've heard of any large-scale green hydrogen products. Or projects, I should say. In order to summon Godzilla, you have to mention hydrogen batteries. Oh, right. There we go. Like the fuel cell. Like the Ballard fuel cell, right? Hello, Godzillionaire? You there? Coding stuff sounded a bit like jet hot, kind of. Okay. You never know. It might be close. Next Hydrogen has developed an innovative electrolyzer design optimized for direct connection to renewables, said Mr. Peng Chao-kai, VP of SunGrow and Chairman of SunGrow Hydrogen. We will apply our technical innovation, commercialization, and manufacturing expertise to help scale production, while also leveraging Next Hydrogen's deep knowledge of the North American market. Together, we will combine our expertise in water electrolysis to deliver the best products at the best price, driving large-scale adoption of green hydrogen worldwide. Yeah, Fabric, I have your carbon tax right here. I mean, they could jump on this pretty easily. Hydrogen as a fuel source, because when you burn hydrogen, all you get is water vapor. So it might be something worth trying. But we'll see how many people are ready to adopt that kind of thing. There is still a lot of scares about hydrogen because of the Hindenburg and such. Summit Racing used to sell piston coatings, but they don't anymore. Okay. Yeah. I think I've heard of piston coatings too. So that was a short, sweet little article. This one here is the possible softening of April 2nd tariffs. Zero comfort for industry leaders. Has their fear-mongering not worked? Remember, guys, last time I've been saying this for the past couple of streams. It's a lot of fear mongering, but is it all for nothing? Is it just to get us all riled up? Just over a week before new U.S. tariffs are expected to come into force, Canadian business leaders say they're not optimistic that any meaningful reprieve is in the works. Until a tariff comes into effect and it affects the U.S. economy, I'm not confident that anybody is going to be able to push the White House back from what it's threatening to do, said Flavio Volpe, president of the Automotive Parts Manufacturing Association. April 2nd is set to bring sweeping new reciprocal tariffs from the U.S. in addition to the tariffs on some Canadian and Mexican goods that were delayed by a month. U.S. President Donald Trump also floated the idea of separate sector-specific tariffs the same day. But over the weekend, media reports suggested the reciprocal tariffs could be narrower than initially announced and that the sector-specific tariffs could be off the table for now. So it sounds to me like they really don't know what they're trying to do over there. The engine under extreme heat. Your neighbor's shed exploding on Christmas morning a few years ago. But that was meth, James. Hydrogen gas at a reason. Oh, yeah. Yep. Highly flammable. He had batteries in there for his solar panel. Yeah. That'll do it. You at least have to have some kind of exhaust system. Something that moves the air around so it doesn't stay in one spot. You want to vent that, to atmosphere. Your father built a business out of rebuilding GM AC compressors that failed due to the Teflon piston ring shredding and clogging the entire Freon system. Chasing hot tech doesn't always work out. Yes. He sounds brilliant. Like, brilliant that he would do that. He's like, oh, these Teflon piston rings are garbage. I'm going to change it to something else, and they'll work better, and they won't get shredded. Let's see what else they have to say here. However, Volpe said that with all the layers of tariffs and the stream of new announcements and threats, the reports aren't cause for optimism. The fact is the president has threatened multiple layers and types of tariffs on Canada, and specifically for the auto sector, and the idea that they are willing to put some off while still talking about putting a universal tariff on Canadian goods on April 2nd is zero comfort. Volpe was in Washington, where he was conducting meetings with various departments and congressional representatives, but getting no clarity. On Monday, Trump also said he would place a 25% tariff on all imports from countries that buy oil and gas from Venezuela, as well as new tariffs on the country itself. Guys, I don't think Venezuela needs any more hardship. I think they've been kicked around pretty good. They've been stomped into the ground. They're really punishing Venezuela. The details and scope of what's coming on April 2nd might shift, but wide-ranging tariffs are still expected in the coming weeks and months, said Matthew Holmes, Executive Vice President and Chief of Public Policy for the Canadian Chamber of Commerce. From the beginning, there's been nothing predictable or consistent about any of this, and that's part of the point, he said. The uncertainty, the constant shifting ground, that is part of the intent behind these. It's to make it more costly and less attractive to do business outside of the United States. For industries that rely on exports to the U.S., tariffs could be a major hit, as customers south of the border may choose to buy fewer goods or switch to U.S. alternatives. Won't somebody think about the pancake industry? Hey, Godzillionaire, how you doing? Were your ears burning? We're talking about you. Venezuela's going to make you accept immigrants in lieu of tariffs. There you go. Harmony, your distributor sent you a letter notifying me that you're tariff exempt because you're Indian. Last time, that's benefited me. Where I'd pick up those hippie girls and yeah. Good for you, Fabric. Right on, man. If you recall correctly, it was a piston top coating to help prevent from melting. Yeah, it worked. Right on. It did work, Fabric. We got him here. Volpe said Trump is putting the auto sector, which is deeply integrated across the U.S. and Canada, at a risk. He's putting the future of General Motors and Ford at risk. said Volpe, whose association represents the companies that supply the automakers. Earlier in March, Trump enacted tariffs on steel and aluminum, prompting a second round of retaliatory tariffs from the Canadian government. Retaliatory tariffs are also an issue for Canadian businesses and consumers as they raise the prices on goods coming from the U.S. At this point, it's hard to put stock in anything the new U.S. administration says Dennis Darby, President and CEO of Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters. It's very difficult to figure out where things are headed, and it's unclear whether the administration knows where it wants to go. If Mr. Trump's goal was uncertainty, he's achieving it. If Trump is considering new exemptions, Darby sees that as an admission that the administration knows how difficult tariffs will be for the U.S. consumers and businesses. Even the threats of tariffs is enough to destabilize the industries on both sides of the border, says Holmes. It's adding cost to both markets. It's making our markets less efficient, less viable, more expensive, slower, and that really just begins to undermine the North American marketplace. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna concentrate on my country first and say that the moron in charge here, that's after Trudeau, he's got to cut that carbon tax to get rid of it completely. Get rid of it 100% because you're just hurting your own people. So do that first, and then we'll see about tariffs and such like that. Warning to all that wish me harm, I have shovels and dirt under the house. Just saying, like Venezuelan gangs. So yeah, there we go. That's it for the news this time around. Very, very small. Only a couple of articles this time on the Plant Magazine. Let's go ahead and have a look over here from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. It's a scam like USAID. Yes, it is. You 100%, James. You know it. From the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Understanding America's Labor Shortage, the Most Impacted Industries. For all my American friends, let's see what they have to say here. And I guess depending on how much stock you put in the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The pandemic caused a major disruption in America's labor force, something many have referred to as the Great Resignation. In 2022, more than 50 million workers quit their jobs, following the 47.8 million who did so in 2021. In 2023, this trend gradually subsided, with 30.5 million workers resigning as of August. They may have resigned, but I'm sure they found jobs elsewhere. A closer look at what has happened to the labor force can be better described as the Great Reshuffle. While quit rates remain high, hiring rates continue to outpace them, as many workers have been transitioning to other jobs in search of an improved work-life balance and flexibility, increased compensation, or a strong company culture. Honestly, when I go for a job, I don't look at the strong company culture. I'm like, how much are they going to pay me? What are my benefits? What do I have to do? That's pretty much the way I look at it. The U.S. Chamber is closely monitoring trends in job openings, labor force participation, and quit rates affecting industries nationwide. Continue reading to explore an analysis of the industries significantly affected. For a broad overview of the state of our workforce, check out our America Works. Oh, am I going to be able to? Okay, there we go. Yeah. They do continue after here. Here we go. Food service and hospitality businesses struggle to retain workers, and that should be of no surprise to anybody. Carbon cap and trade, blah, blah, BS. Yes, James. You want less corruption or more opportunity to participate in it? Or just go on a rampage, Godzillionaire. You know, everybody loves a good rampage. Those mother truckers are useless as tits on a boat. Yeah, I know, Fabric. Dirty Jobs guy said you can make up to $150,000 a year as a welder. It's tempting. I mean, Mike Rowe knows his stuff. You wish you had a job right now so you could walk out in a huff? Yeah. I want a job just so I can quit it. Rage quit. Where are we here? Where are we? Jobs that are fully in person and traditionally have lower wages have had a more difficult time retaining workers. Even prior to the pandemic, for example, the leisure and hospitality industry has experienced the highest quit rates for all industries, with the accommodation and food services subsector of this industry experiencing a quit rate consistently around or above 4% since July 2022. That's because they don't pay well. If you're in hospitality or food service, you're not being paid as much as if you had a trade job, mostly because these are entry-level jobs for young people to get experience. That's what it's all about. This isn't like a career. It's not a forever job. Across all industries, hiring rates have continuously outpaced quit rates. Looking again at leisure and hospitality, the industry lost 781,000 workers in January 2024, but 1.05 million people were hired into that industry that same month. In fact, since November 2020, leisure and hospitality has maintained the highest hiring rate among all industries, ranging between 6% to 19%. This hiring rate remains significantly higher than the national average, which has hovered around 3.7% since January 2024. When taking a look at the labor shortage across different industries, the education and health services sector and the professional and business services sector consistently exhibit the highest number of job openings. It's worth noting that professional and business services span a broad spectrum of occupations, including legal services, scientific research, as well as roles like landscaping workers, cleaners, and waste disposal workers. Meanwhile, in more stable, higher-paying industries such as financial activities and manufacturing, the number of employees quitting has been lower. Stop treating your workers as replaceable. Yep, you got it, Fabric. It's a reason, like staying alive. Out of spite, you'd work hotel over restaurant. You think that would pay a bit better. Tips at the hotel would be all right, I think. People are usually pretty good with that. The most recent jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics indicates that thousands of individuals are joining the workforce, which is good. However, labor force participation still does not match what it was before the pandemic for a variety of reasons. If the labor force participation rate were at the February 2020 level, we would have an additional 2 million people in the workforce. And this shortage is impacting all industries in nearly every state. Even if every unemployed worker were to fill an open job within their respective industry, there would still be millions of unfilled job positions, highlighting the widespread labor shortage. And here they have a graph here. It's got the yellow is the available workers, and the black is the unfilled job openings. So it looks like wholesale and retail are full. Durable goods manufacturing is full. Financial activities, you're down to 60%, and professional and business is like 85%, it looks like. To further understand shifts in the labor force, it is important to look at labor force participation across different industries. The manufacturing industry as a whole faced a major setback after losing roughly 1.4 million jobs during the onset of the pandemic. Since then, the industry has made significant strides toward recovery, making a concerted effort to address job vacancies. While durable goods manufacturing has seen a more substantial recovery compared to non-durable goods manufacturing as of January 2024, a gap persists with 622,000 total manufacturing job openings yet to be filled. Or a hospital. Yeah, James, there you go. I guess they'll have to pay to promote from within. That's usually that's what they should do. You will have more loyalty and retention if you promote from within rather than hiring an outside, because then there's bad feelings for people that have applied for whatever job it happens to be. On the contrary, the construction industry faces a labor surplus. The number of unemployed workers with experience in the industry exceeds the available job openings, with an average of 383,000 job vacancies per month in 2023, while the monthly average of individuals with experience in this field seeking employment amounts to 408,000. It's worth noting that a labor surplus does not ensure that all positions will be occupied, as workers may not necessarily be located in the geographic areas where the open positions are situated. It also does not imply that an industry will have all the workers it needs in future years. All industries currently have job openings, with each actively seeking new hires. The rate of hiring varies significantly from one industry to another. with certain sectors bringing in a large number of new employees at a more rapid rate compared to others. Consider the mining and logging industry, which is relatively small in terms of employment. From January to December 2023, this industry hired the fewest number of workers, totaling 286,000. This stands in sharp contrast to the leisure and hospitality sector and professional and business services sector in the same time frame, each of which of these industries hired around 13 million employees. The jobs weren't lost during the pandemic. People just stopped working jobs with abusive management. Hey, yeah, they're probably like, up yours. I'm out of here. And that's good for them. Truth be told, I was one of them. It was 2021, and I was just getting sick and tired of these managers not listening to what we got to do to make this place run better. And I was like, you know what? I've had it. I'm out of here. And I applied for a different place and got it. So I went from waste management to chemicals, chemical manufacturing. In the U.S., a healthy unemployment rate typically falls within the range of 3% to 5% as of February 2024. The national average unemployment rate stands at 3.9%. Within this context, there are 6.5 million people unemployed. This group includes individuals with varying degrees of experience spanning a wide array of industries. Industries with lower than average unemployment rates have fewer experienced candidates to choose from when filling their job openings. This situation leads to heightened competition among businesses in these industries as they vie for a limited pool of available talent. And that falls into the skilled trades genre, as it were. And here we have this graph, which who has to be fully on site is in yellow. Hybrid means it's a mixture, and then fully remote is in green. And obviously, hospitality and food services, you can't be remote if you're on the people on the ground. Same with manufacturing, transportation, warehousing. It's always information technology or finance and insurance. They can work from home. Hey, it's DJ Ronnie G. Mark you late for getting home. That's okay, DJ. Hope things are going well. That's very hard work. Most do not want those jobs due to the hard work and very dangerous conditions. Mining and logging. Yep, I know. Some people will take what they can get, though. The prevalence of remote work has dropped precipitously since 2021, despite workers' preference for flexibility. This year, just a quarter of all employees work remote part of the time. While this is a small number compared to the pandemic high, it towers over the pre-pandemic norm, indicating the permanence of some remote work in the years to come. Certain industries and occupations simply cannot function without in-person work. The highest propensity for in-person work exists in the hospitality and food services, transportation, and retail trade industries, where nearly 80% of staff work fully on site. Alternatively, industries with a low amount of physical labor or with customer service tasks are more likely to work remotely, such as information and finance sectors, where less than 30% of staff are fully on site. You'd be surprised how many people love that work. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Vertex? I saw that you sent me that on Twitter there, that picture of that press exploding and catching fire. That was crazy, man. We can actually look at that after, too. The guys will probably be interested in seeing that. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce is proud to lead the business community in identifying the actions employers can take to remain competitive to attract and retain talent. Businesses can increase their hiring pools by removing barriers to entering the workforce, such as expanding childcare access, offering innovative benefits, participating in second chance hiring, and providing opportunities for new and existing staff to be upskilled and reskilled on the job. Yes, I agree with that. Really try to upskill and reskill your existing force. They don't have the training will be very minimal rather than taking someone off the street. The labor market challenges facing business are anticipated to continue in the next few decades as our nation's workforce ages and employers create new jobs. Here's what the latest data says and what business needs to know about the workforce of the future. Well, I've still yet to see this, who are we at now? Gen Z? The tool belt generation, as they were calling them. It's like, nah, I've yet to see them. This one was from, it looks like a Florida newspaper. So, hey, Florida man. In Southwest Florida, the shortage of skilled construction workers remains a threat to progress for an area experiencing unprecedented growth and development. According to a recent industry analysis, 40% of the skilled trades workers are over the age of 45, with nearly half of these workers over the age of 55. Well, I fall in between there. As retirement looms for many workers, fewer than 9% of the workers aged 19 to 24 are choosing to enter the construction trades. The disconnect between demand and new talent entering the industry calls for a solution that begins earlier in the workforce development pipeline, starting with high school construction education programs. So guys, you know I've said this before. Junior high, high school, really get them in there, get them interested, let them know what it's all about. Twitch, cheap viewers on Streambo. Oh, wow. Neat. Beat it. Not really working from home in insurance, more like working from your car. A lot of it's still done face-to-face. Oh, yeah, okay. Underpaid and disgruntled, just like today. There you go, James. You better figure out something because you're not delaying your retirement. That's right, Fabric. You go ahead and go with it, man. Hopefully they got somebody that can follow in your footsteps. The construction industry faces a perfect storm, an aging workforce, a skills gap, and a generation of young people who largely haven't been exposed to the potential of construction careers. The impact will extend beyond delayed projects and overrun budgets. If these challenges continue, they ultimately threaten housing affordability, infrastructure development, and economic growth across Southwest Florida. High school programs like Gateway High School's Carpentry Academy in Fort Myers have proven how to effectively build the industry's talent pipeline. These programs introduce students to construction careers at a formative stage while providing hands-on technical education. This exposure helps bridge the skills gap and develop the next generation of construction leaders with industry skills that translate to prosperous careers. These programs create clear industry pathways by combining traditional classroom learning with practical applications. Students graduate with the three components that make them valuable to construction employers: industry certifications, technical knowledge, and real-world experience. The long-term impact of developing a pipeline of skilled workers locally means creating a more resilient regional economy. Expanding the workforce increases construction capacity, which helps address housing affordability concerns as Florida home prices climb to 3.1% in 2024. It also helps ensure Southwest Florida can sustain its growth trajectory for years to come. As the industry's challenges continue to rise, construction companies can no longer afford to be passive observers in workforce development. No, and I've said this before too, guys. They've got to be more involved. Don't just think, people will come to us. Yeah, that's right. They want jobs. No. You got to get out there. You've got to make sure you're dragging, you got to persuade people to come in. Industry partnerships can play a critical role in boosting the workforce by offering powerful learning opportunities through equipment donations, guest instructors from the field, and even real-world project experience. Gateway High School partnered with Suffolk to build a dedicated space for programs like the Carpentry Academy, which has been essential to expanding the pipeline of skilled workers. These facilities give students the proper environment to develop technical skills while gaining hands-on experience. When construction companies give back to programs like Gateway's Carpentry Academy, they reinforce the importance of industry involvement in workforce development. And that's so true. Thing is, you could train enough tradesmen in 2 years to fill the gap, but companies are going to have to do it via internships. Oh. Yeah, internships for some things, but apprenticeships for trade stuff. Do you like Florida has extra demand for construction due to hurricanes? Pretty much. So there you go. Yeah. Hey, hurricanes. Well, looks like I'll be working for the next 6 months. That's right. Don't wait on college to do it because it's not in their interest. No. And colleges and universities are probably telling high schools, hey, send your students to us, the colleges and the universities. Don't send them to vocational school or anything like that. Don't even suggest it. We'll make it worth your while. You know, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say them all, say them all. For Southwest Florida to continue its growth trajectory, we must address the skills gap in the construction industry. High school construction education programs are an ideal opportunity to build a workforce that's diverse, skilled, and prepared to address the industry's challenges. The economic impacts are clear. Increased construction capacity means more housing at better prices, more commercial development, and stronger communities. The region's continued prosperity depends on building not just structures, but the workforce to create them. Yes, you can't build them unless you have the people and know how to do that. Okay. Well, that's it for the articles. Why don't we switch gears now? It's a little, I know it's a bit early. We kind of ripped through some of these articles, but we'll go for some picture time. It's picture time. It's picture time. I know you guys like picture time. Just capture this, open this. There we go. And there we are. Okay, this. I just wanted to show you guys this because it kind of blew my mind when I looked at it in the morning. Okay, I saw this and I'm like, what is this? And it's a sample. Like, we have samples of chemicals and we take them to a laboratory and get them tested. So I don't know who did this, but this is not right. You guys can see that, right? This is duct tape. This is a lot of duct tape. You don't do that to the people in the lab that are going to analyze this. No, this is carbon disulfide, you guys. Carbon disulfide. But this is wrong. Is it gender fluid? So, yeah, here's my drug test. It'd break the machine. I took this to management and I'm like, this is not right. This is some dark ass urine, yeah. I'm like, this is not right. This is should not be done like this. And whoever did this should be told not to do it like this anymore. So as you can see, I had to take my knife and actually cut the duct tape off just to open it up a bit. It's the horn oil for the new Chevrolet. Exactly. It's the jar. Yep, there's the lid. Looking a bit bright white there, but that's the lid there. So I'm like, okay, I took the time to peel this off. And this is what it's supposed to look like, you guys. You take a little strip of electrical tape just so that the cap doesn't unscrew. You just wind it around twice. And then you take the sample in. I'm the guy that has to take the sample in. I'm the guy that has to deal with the laboratory technicians. I'm going to give them something that they can open easily, not something that they have to struggle with. Thomas had questions about his latest sperm donation. Looks like a generic mayo jar. Yeah. I mean, it's about 500 mils. What is that? 16 ounces? It's a 16-ounce jar. They make wax tape, especially for sealing jar lids. Oh, there you go, David. Maybe we should look for that. But I mean, we've been using this for years. A little bit of electrical tape around there. And now I left a little tag on the end as well. So that when it gets there and the lab tech goes to do it, he can just grab this and wind it off. And there you go. Nice and easy. Right? Make it easy on them. Why do you want to piss off the lab techs when they're doing you a favor by testing your chemicals? And it's better than this. Well, I don't know what the hell this is, but this should never be done again. And I made sure I put up a big enough stink about it that hopefully they tell everyone, don't do it like this. That's what happens when Miracle Whip sits on the shelf for 15 years. It was taped so securely because of the boss's bourbon in disguise. He's one of those silicone seals. This is either the sample you requested or some maple syrup, eh? Anyways, that's just one of the things. But as far as listening to directions, all right, here comes the one for listening to directions, okay? So I got a story for you guys. There's a truck driver. Okay, I should tell you everything you need to know right off the bat. Truck driver comes into the yard. I'm here to pick up some high pressure cylinders. Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to have to come at it from a different angle. Come at the dock from a different angle. Okay, no problem. Drive over here on the pavement and turn around and come back. So the guy showed him where on the pavement he showed him on the camera. He's like, here, follow this thing, drive around and come back and you'll be able to back in. He's like, okay. So what does he do? He drives off the pavement into the mud and he gets stuck. So I didn't get video of him being stuck, but I got the aftermath. And I'm sure you guys will be really impressed. Here's the tracks. This is the tracks. So this is a tractor trailer, right? The trailer was empty. Okay, and the truck, he didn't stick to the pavement. Instead, he decided to drive off-road. And here we go. And he made a wide turn. This is the beginning of it. So he entered from this is the area he entered from. And you can see that the tracks are getting deeper. Oh. That's looking pretty deep there. And, that's some pretty big ruts there. Oh, and there's some really big ruts. So he didn't make it out. He got stuck. He got stuck and he fought for about an hour trying to get himself out. And he couldn't do it. So eventually they had to call a tow truck, like a giant heavy hauler tow truck. And yeah, it showed up, it hooked up to him, and it pulled him out. He begged us. He begged the guys. He's like, "Oh, can you guys pull me out? Do you guys have a machine around here that can hook on and pull me out?" And we were like, "Nope. Nope." And no matter what he said, we were not going to pull him out. Liability is what it boils down to. If we break something on his truck, or if we break our own machinery, if something snaps and kills someone, we would have lots of answers and a giant investigation. Well, I'm not prepared to take the liability, no matter what anybody said. People were suggesting to me, "Oh, why don't we call this company and have them come over?" No, have him call the tow company. Call the tow company. They come in. They've got the insurance. They've got the vehicles that can do that kind of stuff, and then they pull them out. So just remember liability, and always follow the directions. He was told twice to turn around on the pavement, but he chose to drive on the soft ground and get stuck. So now his company can deal with the towing bill it's none of our fault. So always listen carefully to directions. That way you won't end up like that. The Queen wondered where her honey had gone. We thought she was talking about her husband, but she didn't realize he had dissolved into this jar. Ew. Bought some Prince Albert in Canada. No actual prints there. Tobacco was passable. It's the equivalent of beaching a boat, but the reverse. Yeah, exactly. Sandy and standing water. This driver is super genius, like Wile E. Coyote. Yes. Like, what did it not give it away that you could see like puddles? Like big puddles out there. It's like, yeah, I'm going to drive out there. I'll be fine. Must be from the far south. A northern trucker would know better. Why didn't you break out the Kumel? He might have been from the south. I think he was picking stuff up to go back east. I can't remember where, though. But yeah, he might have been. Another semi-tractor. Yep. Ground. Yes, the ground is terrible this time of year. From March to June, you have it's like muskeg. It's just terrible. Like so saturated. It's just you sink in and nothing can get you out. When the wife told me she go mudding, this is what he meant. All right, let's find that one that you sent me there, Veritax. Go to the old massages here. Oh yeah, this one. All right. Well, that's not good. I can't see you guys. Wait a second here. He was digging a trench to protect the facility from... The mud says all your trucks belong to us. Exactly. Okay, check this out. I got sent this by Veritax, and I appreciate that, Veritax. Anytime you guys got anything interesting videos and such from out in industry, just send them my way. Here it is here. This is a hydraulically driven press machine, it looks like. And let's have a look and see what happens. Let's turn off the music first. So it looks like hot hydraulic fluid at the top here. A line burst. And under that much pressure, the thing vaporizes. Like you've got a very fine mist of hydraulic oil. If it hits a hot light, well, then that's it. This thing is, it's going up. And it goes up quick. Like, it's still spewing out hydraulic oil. Like, the place is just ruined. But yeah, as you can see, it's pressing. So if you look here, you can see that the cylinder is pressing. And it must have been way too much pressure, because at the top here, if you look at the very top, one of the hoses bursts. Boom! There it goes. And this thing is probably about 3,000 psi, I'm guessing, for hydraulic pressure. Could be higher, but I don't know the machine that well. And it's vaporizing it. Like, it's atomizing it. It's such high pressure and shooting out of there. And it's probably hitting like one of the high bay lights, which are extremely hot already. And there you go. It's starting on fire. And it just feeds it like crazy. You know, oil is flammable at the best of times. Hydraulic oil has a whole bunch of stuff in it that just really can be poisonous, deadly, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it takes no time at all for it to burn all the insulation, it looks like, off the ceiling. Look on the lower left, there's an initial flame. Oh, yes. Well, that's him starting up a torch. So he's got a torch. He just lights. But look over here. I first saw flames at the very back here. I don't know what's back. What is here? What this is in this area? But at the very to the right, there is a flame. Right there. Right there is where I see the flames start. And now, because this fluid is, the hydraulic fluid is atomized and very small droplets, easy to burn. It's great fuel. You're surprised? The one guy had a torch. Yeah, exactly. $3 seal cost 100,000. Yeah, it is. Is there an emergency power down button? There should be. And it's probably on this control panel here. You should be able to just smack an e-stop, and it should, but I don't think they're worried about that. This guy runs over. I don't know what he does, where he talks to the guy. He runs back, and it looks like he grabs his phone. Grabs his phone, his lunch kit, or boots, or whatever he grabbed, and then they're out of there. They're running. But yeah, that's unreal. Don't cool your PC with mineral oil. Maybe good, but not high pressure anyway, DJ. Power won't stop fuel from... Yeah, but it would stop the pump from pumping it, right? You'll still get the burn, but if you can stop the pump from pumping, then it will stop spitting it all out there. You'll still have fire, but not one that's continuously fed. Yeah, and as soon as it hits there, it starts that fire right there. So there's something hot there, something that's really maybe a hot motor. It could be just about anything. Shit, Nabs, yeah. Yeah. Both of them are just like, oh no, God. So yeah, that's pretty that was pretty crazy. There's not an e-stop. That's a serious design flaw. Odds are when they model, you think they'll add. Well, usually with most machinery like that, on the control panel will come with an e-stop. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. It comes with it. You know, that looked like a fairly new machine. So there should be a big red e-stop where you just hit the thing when there's an emergency. But those guys probably never anticipated anything like that happening. Maybe at least they could get to the power and turn off the breaker. Yeah, although that's another serious thing that can happen is arc flash. If you try to flip a breaker while the machine is running, you could experience an arc blast or an arc explosion from the electricity jumping across the leads. So that's another thing you got to be careful of. The flames were just too large to press the red button. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. There's a lot of crazy stuff out there when you see stuff like that. I'm glad I haven't had to see anything that crazy or be a part of stuff like that. I don't have any pictures or videos of stuff like that anyway. Well, all right, guys. I think we're gonna have to. You think the control panel is near the torch? I thought that it was right in front of the machine. Actually, check here again. So once more. See, this to me looks like the control panel for that machine. They've got a desk beside it, chair, control panel. You know, and if you're the operator of this machine, what are you doing? Shouldn't you, like he's walking beside the machine. Yeah, he just did not think about hitting the when he goes back for his stuff, he doesn't hit the e-stop button there. But this happens in record time. Like, this is amazing how fast this goes. Like, stuff's falling from the ceiling already. On fire wreckage. So yeah, it happens so fast. A lot of people don't realize how fast it happens. But it is just crazy. Is that a wire or crack in the concrete to the left of the console? You wouldn't let any of those guys near your barbecue? Yeah, you guys stay away. It's okay. I'll cook my own steak. Well, now you're asking the hard questions there, Veritax. A crack in the floor to the left of the console. Actually, that looks like a power cord. Looking at, oh, here, let me, there we go. That looks like a power cord to me. Doesn't look like a crack. Maybe it's for a foot pedal control or something, but I don't know how this machine is operated. Whether they do that sort of thing. But yeah, that's a power cord. I don't think that's a crack. Just the size of the fire too, eh? It's just coming down like crazy. Trips or two on the way out. There you go. Tripping hazard. Could have been way worse. You're supposed to run in these types of facilities like that? They tell you not to. Yeah, don't run because you'll trip and, get hurt. What are the odds the cable is properly grounded? They're pushing brooms for the next years, that's for certain. If they survived, yeah. Steam whistle. No, DJ, not a steam whistle. Well, there's sprinklers around the apparatus. I mean, okay, now, you got to be careful. You don't spray water on an oil fire. It makes it worse. So you would have to have some kind of a special, like Class B, I believe. Something that deals well with oil fires, right? That's what you'd want. So like a chemical foam or something like that. Not water, that's for sure. Wilma! Yeah, there you go, DJ. The old steam whistle blew. Time to run. Don't run with scissors. Good advice, David. They will wear a sign. I will not play with torch near hydraulic press again. Yes, or halon, but I don't think we're allowed halon anymore, David. I think it kills too many people. Yeah, they'll have something else they use. You know what I heard that was really interesting to me? If you know anything about sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, anything like that, you know how it burns your skin, really dangerous. There's a chemical called diphoterine, which is like amazing. If you get acid on your skin, you spray diphoterine on it, and it actually encapsulates the acid away from your body. And it is not sold in the USA. Can you believe it? It is not sold in the USA, even though it is such an amazing chemical. Here, let me check. I'll find this here. Let me find it here. There we go. Yes, here we are. Diphoterine is an emergency rinsing solution for splashes of chemical products. Its rapid use in case of contact between the skin or eye and a chemical product is intended to quickly eliminate the residual chemical product on the skin or in the eye. You can't get, at least I don't think you can get diphoterine in the USA. Bet you make it ready for sale overseas, though. Engineers will spray water on an electrical fire. Those dummies. Yes, but let me see here. Diphoterine available in USA? Okay, so they're going, looks like they might be going through the FDA to try to get it approved. That's in 2015. Okay. That's so the doctors keep their jobs in case of AI. Ooh! The FDA hasn't decided whether diphoterine is a drug or a device and therefore hasn't approved it for use or import into the U.S. Oh, okay. There you go, Veritax. Good man. Finding stuff out. It's, I don't know why they wouldn't. This stuff is so amazing. Diphoterine rinsing also resulted in faster healing and less time off work. Significantly less pain compared with water. It's awesome. So we'll get it by 2162. Yeah, there you go, Fabric. Well, they just haven't paid off the FDA, that's all. That's all the FDA wants, probably, eh? Big payoff. All right. Yeah, I should wrap it up here, fellas. I just want to thank you guys for coming out today to your industrial stream. People like Alex Moore, David Glenn, working on the old wrench there, David. Always appreciated by you. Fabric Folds, James. Of course, Godzillionaire. You got to say hydrogen cell, power cell a few times to get Godzillionaire to come out, though. And of course, DJ Ronnie G, my favorite New Yorker. Hey, yo, I'm walking here. And of course, Veritax. Thanks for sending that video, Veritax. Much appreciated. Glad I could share it with everyone. They could see what happens in just like 30 seconds. Just in 30 seconds, you saw a bursting hydraulic line to the place burning down and being engulfed in smoke and flames. It was unreal. So yeah, hey guys, do me a favor, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're following on one of the other platforms, just whatever they do there. I know it's not subscribe, it's follow, I believe, or something like that. But yeah, it's still not sure if it scares you more than some forklift-ish uses. Oh yeah, there's that scares me too. A nice healthy fear is good, keeps you alive. Don't forget to tell your friends about me. Spread the word. Let them know old Pop's here. There's a lot of people I watch on YouTube, and yeah, they're great. Here's some of them. Pacific 414, DJ Ronnie G, of course. Brandon the Anime Guy. Carl at the RNG Podcast. Tom B, he's the bloke from across the ocean. There's Angry Canadian, Nerdpora Lifeform. Everyone's favorite Penguin Punkwaddle. He's always got the penguin positivity, and I like watching that. It's a nice breath of fresh air from all of the other stuff that's been posted on YouTube. And don't forget Infinite Metal. He's out there on Kick and Twitch, and he does retro gaming. And he gets mocked by the undead Dragon Lord, Skelly. It's quite entertaining. Gives me a good laugh. Coming up on Saturday, more Yu-Gi-Oh! I have found the rare hunter that I needed to find. I'm going to pick up right at the start of the stream, battling that rare hunter. I got to defeat him. That'll move the story forward. And then I got to find Joey and battle Joey. Because he's from Brooklyn, apparently. Hey, Yug, from Brooklyn. And he's got his Brooklyn rage. After that is Sunday Anime Chat. Join me. Macross March may have gone by the wayside now, but for the 5th Sunday of the month, I'm going to do the upcoming season and pick out the shows that I feel are interesting to give a watch. So stop on by. Let's go over the list of shows and see what I'll be watching. And let me know what you'll be watching. Then after that is Tuesday. One more time. Trades Talk Tuesday. I'll be here with more information and videos and pictures and all sorts of stuff on your industrial stream. Because this is the most industrial stream on a Tuesday night. The AMA will never approve it. Aha. There was some strange news article about the warehouse Amazon. You think where people had to go to hospital because robot released bear repellent on the workers? Jeez. Oh man. It's the uprising, Veritax. It's the uprising. Pacific 414 is Wednesday Pop Talk with Baron Oman Tag and maybe Cash Money from the Phantom Hooligans. Thanks for the link drop there, DJ. For those of you that want to tune in on Wednesday for Pacific 414 and his Wednesday Pop Talk. And don't forget DJ Ronnie G's Monday show on Thursday. You can always catch him. He's got some really good stuff to talk about. More tech, more turtles, and more astronomy. But as for me, I am heading off. I'm going to watch some anime, wrap up some shows, and spend some time with Mrs. Mechanic. I hope to see you guys on Saturday or Sunday. Until then, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.